Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Pregnant wife cheated. OC rant. My wife and I have been married 3 years, and have a 2-year-old son, with a very recent pregnancy, 10 weeks, for our next baby. We both work from home, and have been locked down for the past year almost, so living and seeing each other every day, none of which I am complaining about. I actually love being with the family. There are other stresses in my life though. I have low self-esteem, I stress about money, I stress about my extended family's health, I stress about my job. But I try not to let any of this affect my family life, at least with my son. My wife is fully aware of the stress I feel though. I have expressed I am stressed enough times, and I accept most of it cannot be changed at this time, COVID. My wife and I are open with each other on everything, at least I thought, and we both have our faces registered for unlocking on each other's phones, Face ID. I had full trust in her and never once doubted anything she was doing on her phone, no matter the hour or even lack of response while she was on social media. I let her have it, because I fully trusted her. Cut to last week and I was just bringing her phone to her from another room. The phone was lying down flat, and I turned the screen to face me like I generally do, expecting to see her home screen pic of our son. Instead it opened to her photo gallery and I found some barely clothed pics, and one incriminating one of her lying down and slightly pulling her underwear. I didn't want to believe what I was seeing and handed her the phone. But it was killing me, and I had to confront her, to ask what those pics were. This is where the lies start. Her first response was to just say I want to feel good about myself before I get the bump from pregnancy. I called BS on that and said you don't take pics in those poses for that. She confessed that she was sending them to someone, but that's all it led to. I didn't want to know who or how it happened. I was coming to just process everything. I chose to ignore it for that day, mostly because I was in shock, and also had to take care of our toddler. I was distant the whole day, not wanting to be with her. I wanted space. I browsed Reddit, Quora, any forum for info or advice that night. I had no one to talk to, and nowhere to go in lockdown. I barely slept, and the next day I demanded to know who it was. Turns out it was a guy from work, and they had been using their work team's chat to communicate. I asked her how far it went, and she said just the pictures, nothing more. I suspected more BS and then asked to see the chats on Teams, and on Instagram. She was hesitant, she didn't want to show me in fear of not wanting to hurt me. Yeah, I know, should have called it. I was getting more upset, but wanted to give her the benefit of doubt. But I told her I cannot continue until I see the messages. She gave more excuses of not wanting to hurt me, but I was beginning to see a pattern. The next day was a work day, and because we share an office in our house, I could see a few times she was furiously typing away on a Teams chat. No guesses who it was. I confronted her after work, and she still did not want to show the messages. I gave up. I told her I need to see this, otherwise we are separating. She came to me the following day and confessed that she lied. They did meet twice, and the last time was a week earlier when all they did was kiss. I got incensed. How could she? I knew they didn't just kiss, and compounded with all the trickle truths, it was even crazier to think I'd believe that. I demanded then and there, show me the chats. I knew she had deleted the messages on Instagram, and the slimy affair partner was trying to purge his chat messages. The sheer volume of messages was telling. I was reading messages for a whole 2 hours, going back 3 months. It started off flirty, then crossed a line becoming sexually charged, even expressing how they would duck each other. She was pining for him on the chats, and what was the worst was that they both stated what they were doing was wrong, but continued with it. Now, we're in lockdown here, so can't really go out, except for groceries etc. Yet these two decided their escapade was worthy enough to forego the lockdown, and our marriage. We've been fighting every day since. I don't think she's remorseful, even though she says she is. She is becoming headstrong, suggesting that she also has her feelings, and that she doesn't have to live like this. By this I mean me looking through her phone now, not trusting her. She blames the affair on me not being intimate with her, not giving her the attention she needs. I tell her she has broken me, and thrown away our marriage, but she wants me to just get through it so we can mend the relationship. Writing this down, it feels like I am being a chump and taking all this. Maybe I am just weak, but I am scared of how our children will be. I love them so much. We have marriage counseling in 2 days. I am bracing myself for the criticism from her, and if she uses that as an excuse for what she did. I need some guidance on what to do. Should we separate? I am afraid I am not that financially stable to endure it, and we have a baby going to be born soon. How can I build trust when she's gaslighting? Sorry if this is long, I have no other outlet for my grief. TLDR, wife of 3 years, have a 2-year-old son, and a baby due in 8 months. She cheated with a co-worker, first virtual sexting, then met up twice. Confronted her and she gave trickle truths, has deleted some chat messages, and tries to gaslight. She's pregnant with our baby, and we have the toddler right now. Do I push through and try to build a new marriage with her, or start looking at separation? The kids and pregnancy are a huge complication right now. And no, cannot really afford divorce. Get STD tested. Scrap couples counseling. Get individual counseling. Read the book No More Nice Guy. Get DNA test done on your kid. If possible, for current pregnancy also. Tell her you need to separate right now. Read article on doing 180 in www.survivinginfidelity.com. Don't leave the house. Keep the evidence as your insurance. Tell her you are going to talk to a lawyer and do it. These are the steps you should start with. And remember, you can stop a divorce if you think she is remorseful enough to be taken back. Right now she is blaming you for her affair, which is blame shifting. Try to understand you did nothing to cause her affair. And it was not a mistake. She willingly scripted and executed the affair process. Good luck. I would just like to add, they both even admitted what they were doing was wrong. There is a non-invasive paternity test that can be done now that she is over 8 weeks. And I would advise her HR department of the affair, as they were sharing nudes or at least sexual messages through team chat. Also, if he is married or in a relationship, his so should also be told. Dude, you can't mend this if she isn't taking any responsibility for what she's doing. This was never your fault. Even she knows it. She's only saying that to avoid the guilt and shame internally for her. They even knew what they were doing was wrong. And they still did it. Don't let your kids suffer due to you both staying together. Get out of there and separate ASAP, and then start to look for a divorce, or when you can afford it. You gotta put yourself and your family first. Don't let her walk all over you. The fact that she kept lying, didn't disclose everything, and was trickle-truthing and still blames you. There is no going back. Once that affair fog, lust goes away and she's sitting there alone, she's gonna come crying back to you. But that's where you take your worth and move on. Please don't let her walk all over you. Take your power back, man, and end this relationship and be co-parents. This relationship isn't salvageable. Good luck, dude. I believe that couples can successfully reconcile after cheating. However, don't even waste your breath reconciling until she takes full responsibility for her affair and takes the proper steps that a WS should do if they want to reconcile. One would be access to all devices and all passwords, but here are many more. We've been fighting every day since. I don't think she's remorseful. She isn't. She blames the affair on me not being intimate with her, not giving her the attention she needs. Your wife is not a candidate for reconciliation. Do not stay for the kids. You can co-parent. 2 separate households are better than one miserable one. If your wife isn't cheating on you, then she will be fighting you and blaming you for her poor decisions. If the other man is married, expose the affair to his wife. If they work together, expose the affair to their employer. Expose the affair to your family and friends. Why? She is already trying to cast all the blame on you. She will tell anyone and everyone that will listen in your social circle that her cheating is all your fault. Get a voice-activated recorder or two. Keep one with you. These are to guard against false allegations of abuse. Do not underestimate your spouse or what she is capable of. How can I build trust when she's gaslighting? Answer: you can't. DNA test the kids. You don't know how far down the rabbit hole this goes. Get tested for STDs. She is gaslighting you. Please do not let her accusation on what you haven't done overtake what happened. Confront that. She didn't come to you first to say that she was feeling neglected. Bring this into counseling. That she says she wants to make it work but won't even take responsibility for what she's done to you or your family. And what that will mean for your children. She wanted external gratification, and by choosing that she chose herself over her family and you. If the therapist sides with her, I would point out that validating her affair will only lead to separation, as how are you supposed to heal if she won't take the steps necessary to healing your trust? She is still talking to this guy, so what does that say as well? As is said so many times here, if she was truly sorry about what she did, you wouldn't have had to pull it out of her and she would have confessed herself. She didn't. She's guilty. She got caught. I would say quite strongly to bring her into reality so she knows how bad this situation is. Divorce or change. She may say you have to change too, but I would say that's your business. Right now she has to take the steps she needs to build trust with you again, or you don't see this working out. That's why you feel like a chump, because she's twisted this around to be your fault and you took it. She has the power right now. Talk to a lawyer no matter what happens. Get a post-nup or talk to your lawyer about a post-nup. You are in a crap show right now, but you need to protect yourself. Update: I have told her parents and she's now staying with them at least for a month. Maybe my description previously didn't fully give the picture. She definitely lied and hid things. She's been a lot more remorseful. She's apologizing for everything. She was ashamed and was feeling immense guilt. She said she will do anything to regain my trust, including paternity test and DNA test. She's accepted she messed up and this is all on her. She's willing to let it take as long as it can and knows it's never going to be the same. I appreciate all the comments about DNA tests, and if the kids are mine, but I'm 100% sure they're both mine, unless she's able to be in two places at once. No way they're someone else's. We're in lockdown, so I would know when she stepped out the house. I also appreciate all the comments regarding separation and divorce. I'm meeting virtually with a lawyer in 2 days to see my options. It'll be a lot of work, but if I do go this route, I've been advised if both parties can agree, it won't be as expensive or go to courts. I'm attending both the individual counseling and tomorrow's couple counseling. I want to see where it goes. It's still too early, and I don't want to make decisions based on raw emotion right now, especially when there's a kid involved. She knows very well there's an option of us separating. I've made that very clear. So for now, I really need to start getting some sleep. I'm done with no rest. She's saying a lot of things, but words of a cheater are meaningless. What matters are their actions. She exploded your marriage. She doesn't get to make demands or feel entitled to privacy anymore. There are no more secrets until trust is restored, and that may take as much as 5 to 10 years. Some people wake up sweating 25 years down the road. Do not jump headfirst into reconciliation. Reconciliation has to be earned through actions and proactive initiatives. She needs to prove herself worthy of it, not you. Reconciliation is a gift. Do not hand it to her willy-nilly. Truly remorseful cheaters will walk on glass to prove they are invested in healing you. So far, all she has shown are words and theater. Do not be a pushover or you will regret it for life. There are no shortage of guys out there living in quiet desperation for years, 10, 20, 30 years of nodding and smiling. Don't be one of them. We get one life. That's it. There are no do-overs. And absolutely do not stay for the kids. Do not let them grow up in a house destroyed by infidelity thinking this is normal. Children see everything. Even things you don't even notice, like your whole body freezing when she takes 40 minutes to run a 10-minute errand. You'll ruin their childhood and emotional development in ways you can't even imagine. Respect yourself. You don't want to see your daughter or son married to an abusive spouse who cheats, beats and abuses them, and chooses to stay because that's what daddy did. Also, tomorrow's couple counseling. Be very careful there. As others have told you, most couples counselors aren't trained to deal with infidelity. Their primary goal is to keep you two together no matter what, and that usually translates into blaming you for half of her decision to cheat. No. Not just no, but F no. You are responsible for half the things that happen in your marriage. The choice to cheat was 100% hers. Grown-ups talk when there are problems in the relationships. Selfish, entitled and stupid little children do things without weighing the consequences. The moment he or she starts with which of your actions do you think lead to her making this mistake, walk. Period. You did nothing to lead her to cheat and it was not a mistake. Speaking of consequences, the only thing you're teaching her by taking her back is the fact that 1, she can get away with it and 2, she needs to get better at hiding. Which she will. I appreciate the comments so far. Both babies are mine, I know because we were very careful with tracking and natural birth control. I know when and how we conceived, so that's not an issue. Also, looking at their chats, there doesn't seem to be any mention of meetup during the conceive window for the baby to come. I would have noticed her stepping out the house during a work day. This is what makes it even more bizarre. We had planned this pregnancy, and were having sex like every day up until like a month ago when we confirmed she was pregnant. We didn't stop sex completely after that, just not as often as every day. I am sending her to her family's place tomorrow, and she can explain herself why. I need space and I am not leaving this house. I understand all the pushes for me to leave, I am just scared because I don't know how to start. I will give her demands tomorrow, to give me all her social media accounts, and recovery for anything she deleted. I have screenshots of some chats, but having the full thing would be good. Reading this post on the Surviving Infidelity website really helped. It's a very similar case to mine. I am reading through it and really understand what he's going through. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.